Well, hello everyone. I hope I have some folks come in here tonight. Had a rough life last week. Didn't just couldn't handle it, y'all. Hurting too much. Still having some regular aches and pains, but that's just part of it, I guess. Um, Overdid it. Working on a. Someone gave me some of those small prefab chicken pens that were uh, in bad shape, and two guys loaded them on a trailer and we brought them to my house, and I had four people unloading them, but they dropped it, and one of them just absolutely fell apart. And the other one we managed to save. Well, hello, there's Jovita, and hey Tony, I'm glad you're still up. Yes, I was talking to Tony earlier. Tony and I are good friends, went to school together, and he says, I'll be asleep by then. I haven't got used to this time change yet. Yeah, we all hate this time change down here anyway. But I was telling y'all, so we had to get all that up out of the middle of the pasture where they'd broke it. And so, yeah, we got it up and had to take everything apart, refix the wire, put new wire on some of it, repair some of the broken pieces. How you, Bill? Uh, how are you? I'm glad you're here. I saw your comment that it's finally snowing and it's going to be there till 5 months. Holy cow! I said I'm glad it shall. I'm glad it shall. Down here in the south where we live, we don't get snow, and if we do, it's like a celebration. We're all out there. They shut down everything. I mean, it's just unreal when snow hits here. Uh, it's just a difference that from there to here. I'm sure you guys puddle around through it and get used to it. 4 inches, wow. Whew. If we get 4 inches here, it turns into a muddy, sloshy mess that lasts for weeks. Just the mud does. Because we have this red clay here, and red clay just bakes into a mess. It collects on your shoes, on your dogs, on everything. But anyway, I finally got 86 degrees. Wow. It was like 70 some odd degrees here today, and it was nice. I went out we went to the movies tonight. First time I've been to the movies in years. Went to see that Killer of the Flower Moon, I think is the name of it, with Robert De Niro, and my husband calls him DiCaprio. DiCaprio, and it was a pretty good movie. It's sad. It's based on true story. I guess that's what made it as interesting as it was, but it was a sad thing. But just idiots out there in the world. I have to wonder, how people are so greedy. But anyway, but you guys probably know more about that kind of thing than we did, because it was out there in what? They'd moved the Indians from your area on to the next state over, Oklahoma, where all this supposedly happened. But anyway, yep, we have had a interesting week. Got the new tarp on my greenhouse, and it's calling. It happens every time, doesn't it? Anytime you get on the phone, they're gonna call. I don't know what it is, but yeah, got the cover on there, and then we figured out that, well, I figured that, hey, if I take the cover back loose where I put it on there and slide all of it to one end, then I'll have enough to do one side with the leftover that I'd have to cut off the end anyway. So we did that. And so we took it all off and put it back around and got that on and got the greenhouse pretty much wrapped up. I got a few little things I got to do there, but at least it's it's going, guys, and it got down to 27 last Wednesday night. So thank God I had my plants in the greenhouse, and we put a little propane heater in there for the night just to keep the plants in, because I didn't have it sealed up real good at the time. But it's getting better and better every day. I'm just working on it for a little while every day, because I sure don't want it to go overboard again. Well, hello, there's Sherman's Family Farms. Well, I'm glad you're here. So I was just telling them that I've been working on and hey, Dot, it's good to see you too. Yeah, we've been working as best we can, trying to get that thing going. I just don't want to overdo it like I did last week. Yeah, it was rough, y'all. And in fact, just the getting down into the 60s at night are still causing, well, it gets down into the 40s, but this time of night it's in the 60s. Well, today my mama goat got out, the black goat, and so I went out there trying to round her up, couldn't get her up, so I just let them go. And there is Heartland with Dink, and Tank. I'll get it out in a minute, guys. Yep. And so I went out there a while ago, and she was down there right where she was supposed to be. She went back in, I guess, wherever she come out of the pasture at. So she's ate in the yard all day, grass in the yard all day. And then she was back in there. So I was going to go in and shut the gate to that particular paddock that she's in. And dang, by the time I got through the barn, she was up there at the barn wanting me to rub her. So I said, oh, well, so maybe she won't be out in the morning and I can coax her back in there and get that lower paddock shut up. Anyhow, that's about all that's going on here as far as this week. I had to really take it easy. Still not back to 100%, but I'm back feeling much better than I was. And, that's how it goes. I had to go get a couple of shots and anything. But so what's going on with you guys? I went to the sale. I did take my animals to the sale past Friday night. I took my large male ram because he's done his business, and so I sold him and got my money back that I paid for him plus some extra. And then I took a few of I took that crazy rooster that has attacked me a few times. He had spurred me one time too many got my back of my leg, and it's still scratched up. Well, hello, I see you. And yep. Let's see. Somebody left me a message, obviously, whoever it was. But I got that taken care of, got rid of him, and I took the two white turkeys because and one of the red turkeys, because all those males were fighting each other. And so there's a lot of turkey farmers over that way. And so a lot of times they'll swap turkeys, just like I swapped my male ram out, sheep out. See, next year I'll get another male to breed my critters again, because they're bred now. He's done his job, so there's no point in feeding him for the next 8 months or whatever. And so he's gone. And Brutus was kind of forlorn, and he's such a huge ram that everybody kept saying, "Oh, get out of the way, this is big and this is a big one." And they couldn't get him to walk up the ramp. So I just went up there and got him by his head. Well, not really by his head, by his side. I said, "Come on, man." And I just pushed him up the ramp, and they said, "He's not mean." And I said, "Well, he'll sneak up and butt you every once in a while, but mostly he's just he's not trying to hurt you, but you. He thinks you're gonna feed him, but you. Hurry up and give me something here." But yeah, so we got that done. In fact, one of my friends was here when we were running around trying to get everything caught up and get them on the trailers and all that. So I know she thought, boy, look at these idiots. Anyway, um, it has been a week of definite experiences. You know, my granddaughter and I are going on a cruise here, and thank you for posting them. Uh, and thank y'all so much for sharing my video. Had 918 views on that hippie video so far, so I'm hoping that I'll get some more content from it. I've got a couple of videos in the computer that I'm working on, but you guys, I just didn't do anything this past week. I just didn't feel like it, hurting and aching so bad. It was hard to sit here, and if I sit in one spot very long at all, I'm just dying. So, that's the way it goes. And there's, was it Shane with Let's Trade Paint? I'm assuming that's who it is. How are you? I see your little waving sign there. Jovita, if you would put his channel up there also. I don't know if anyone else has seen that or not. Yeah, Rosie, she had her a blast, guys. She was so tired that when we got back from our ride in the woods, she went right on through the gate. Normally she's out there just harassing the poor dog or poor cat or something. But she came right on in the gate with me and went right on in here and got on the couch and laid there. I bet she laid there and didn't move for about 2 hours. Her little butt ain't used to running in the woods like that, but she had a blast. And so now every time the old gator's cranked up, she's right there like, let's go, let's go. And she'll run down there toward the lane, and then we'll go somewhere else, and she'll just look at us like, Sean. Did I say Shane? I think I did. I meant Sean, guys. I'm sorry. Yes. And how is your wife? Haven't seen any comments from her, or is this she? I get tickled at you. You're like my husband. He's always having to do all the work around here, cutting grass and everything between here and his house and then his mom's. He never gets a break, people. I mean, he really never gets a break. I don't know why he puts up with all. And my granddaughter was going to move back into the double wide, which is down the hill here on my property. And they have a blue heeler that will not stay in a fence. So they decided to move next to my youngest daughter's dad in a place over there. And so probably for the best, because there would be hurt feelings if they went to killing all my critters. Or especially if it were to get a hold of one of my dogs, because, my little dogs think they're, no, I am not blind. And I see you. Yes, I do see where you came in. This is, how is it pronounced? Kija, K-J-I. Kija, maybe? I hope that's correct. No, I'm not blind. I have lupus, and it is affecting my organs. My liver has expanded, and also my kidneys. And so that's why I'm getting this belly. And sometimes you'll see it, it'll look bigger than it is at other times. And I'm so sorry. If it, looks terrible, but it's life. Anyway, so I'm used to it now. It's not fun, but this is life. And let's see. What else is going on? Oh, Casper's been going out. I've got my camper up for sale because I've got a fifth wheel. It's a 99 model, and I have to pull it with my dually. And, we don't drive the dually hardly ever now that fuel has gone up, and we've we put like 3,000 miles on the dually since we bought batteries 3 years ago. That's how often we drive it. So I'm going to sell my dually. It's a 99 dually also, and I've used that thing all over the country. It has just a little over, I think it's got like 111,000 miles on it, but it's never been used except for pulling a trailer. And let's see. So I've had, I was looking on, I put it on Facebook Market, and I've had about 25 comments on there, and 99% of them are, is this still available? Well, it's still up there, guys. You know how that goes. There's Making It Home, and I see you and I are in the same boat. Well, yep. I understand that. Well, you know what? I haven't been tossed off of a horse in years, thank God. The only horse I have right now is poor little Lightning, and I've not ridden him, and I couldn't tell you when. And yeah, menopause sucks. I think anyone that's in my age bracket, or well, say from mid-40s on, probably either knows or is beginning to learn what that means. And I am. It is a Ford Dually, a 99 Ford Dually. It has that 7.3 liter engine. It's in really good shape. The seats, of course, are not that greatest. Well, the back seat's in good shape because, you know, I didn't need the back seat. Only time we used it is if I had company or I had clothes piled back there. But the rest of the time, you know, it didn't get messed up. But the driver's side seat is kind of stuff messed up, and then the passenger seat has seems like it's got a tear in it because of the some boots got thrown over there that had spurs on them. Anyway, and you guys, have you heard about the poor old DD5 Mike? Poor thing, cut a tree down. This family had to jack it off of him with a car jack. Of all things, that poor guy gets in more trouble and gets hurt more than anyone I've ever seen. Yes. So, let me see what else is going on. I've got a historic site that's right here at my house, just less than a mile and a half maybe from my house, that I'm going to be posting a video on real soon. Like I say, I didn't do any videos this past week because I was just hurting too bad. And when I wasn't asleep from taking the pain medication, I was just aching so much that I knowed I wasn't going to be able to sit here very long. And and the Gillum Farms is in here. Well, hello. How are you guys? And have you had to do any more counting, Johnny? I know you said you sold some of your animals. Who was it? Somebody was teasing you the other day on one about, did you count? Or do we need to count? Anyway, I watched so many different ones. So let's see. Oh, I didn't see Robertson's Belly Acres tonight. Did they not do a video? I didn't see anything. I look for them because I always watch them right before I come over to here, and I did not see them. Well, I've not done any. Oh, I think you're talking. Yep, you're talking to Johnny. Yep. I've not done any hunting. I just rode around and was looking at the scrapes, and that was just right here on the road. If I'd went off the road, I'm sure we would have found a whole lot more scrapes than what I found just right there on the old Putwood Road, and the trails that have been cut back there for me and my friends to ride horses and grandkids to ride horses on. So basically, that's what I was just riding around a circle around half of the property, maybe. Robertson. Okay, so they're on the road. Well, I know that they went to her brother's house. Are they still on the way to her brother's house? Maybe that's what's going on. I didn't know. I saw where they had posted it, that they were going. And yeah, I hope Mama's not in the hospital again, or bless her heart. Oh, if we're talking about Robertson's Belly Acres, guys. I'm trying to think of what else I can come on here and talk about. We have, I was going to tell you guys, my granddaughter and I have been on the phone back and forth, planning our little trip with the cruise and all that's coming up on the 18th. And the 17th is her birthday. She'll be 23. And she says, Nana, do we really have to leave on the 17th? That's my birthday. I says, yep, you'll just have to celebrate your birthday on the road, baby. Because we're going to go down and get a motel. In fact, we've already reserved the motel. And we're going to spend the night in the motel. It's just right across from where you leave for the cruise at. So that'll make it a lot easier for us. And the kids can, all the grandkids are going to be there except for the two that live up here, the two younger ones that live up here, and Madison, the one that's going with me's younger sister. She couldn't come because she couldn't leave her boyfriend long enough. And they didn't want to go. And then after everything was bought and paid for, then they decided they want to go. And then when we tried to get tickets for them, there were no more tickets, so they didn't get to come. No signal. Okay. Well, I understand that. Yep. Because, I've got supposedly Verizon towers, but my phone fades in and my signal fades in and out. So that's why I have not done any. I may try to do a video on the way when we go down to Florida. We'll be going to Jacksonville, Florida, and to catch the cruise ship. Okay, good. I would like that. I really hope Mom is not sick. Now, it may be too late to text anybody tonight. I don't know. Javita's birthday is November the 15th. Well, I'll have to try to remember that. Like I say, my granddaughter will be 23, and she's not big as a minute. She's got a heck of a butt on her, guys. I told her, I says, I don't know how in the world, because, I've never had much of one, but when I was younger, I was always real slim. But she's got the waist that's probably about, 22, 23 inches. And then she's got a butt on her, which got a little bit of hip, but her butt goes out in the back like Kardashian, honey. Bless her heart. I'm always teasing her about it. And I said, I don't know how you got this thing hung back here, girl. But anyhow, so I told my daughter that's going to be going on the cruise also, my youngest daughter, her whole family's going. And I told her, I said, we're going to have to get together and do something when we all get down to the motel, because they're going to go in and meet us down there also, because it's going to be such a late day. And so we're going to do something for her. If I may just make some, she loves red velvet cake. And I usually make her a red velvet cake, but I may just make her some red velvet cupcakes that we can take along with us, because it's hard to take a red velvet cake on a cruise. So I said, I'll just make a few red velvet cupcakes, or maybe a brownie cake or something, because she likes brownies also, with the homemade chocolate fudge icing, crystallize on the top. Great, Javita, that would be good. Somebody says, have you checked with Jeff? Talking to Lauren at Making It Home. I don't know anything about that. I guess you guys are discussing something else. Um, I was going to tell y'all something, and my mind just went. The thought came and flew away about the same time. Oh, thinking about her Navy son. My nephew just got deployed out into, what is it, the Indian Sea or whatever, because of all this crap that's going on over in Israel and all. So y'all keep all these boys and women, girls and boys that are out there in your prayers. It's really sad to think about. Also, Melody. Hello, Melody. I am glad you're here. Uh, just got to town from the Great Lakes, Chicago, driving. Missed everything so far. Well, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. But, if you've got family there, I love you to death, girl. But, spend your time with your family, especially if they're in the military. You won't get to see them much time. So, spend as much time as you can with your children. That's more important right now than I am. And this channel, to me. My grandson came by and spent some time with me. He came back by after he was here a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about he came back by this past week. He had been back to Florida for his my youngest daughter adopted a little girl, and so they have a celebration for their Got You Day. That's what they call it, their Got You Day, and that's the date that the adoption went through for her. And they had her from the time she was 2 years old on, and it took them like 2 years for the adoption to go through. So they have a Got You Day, and so that's she gets her birthday day too. Some kids are just so spoiled. Bless her heart. And so she has a special day, and Jacob had gone down to spend time with her for her Got You Day. And he told her, he says, well, pick out a restaurant and we'll go eat. And so she picked out sushi, and he said, well, you better pick out something a little cheaper than that. He said she has no in between. She says sushi, and then she says McDonald's. The kid loves sushi. Anyway, Lauren and Joel want chickens. Yes, Jeff can sure help you out. Some of these that I have are so healthy. It's just amazing to me how well they're doing. And so, Javita, do you have a birthday week? Where everything you got that week, you go, oh, well, it's my birthday week. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. My husband says I have a birthday week. Mine is it's a I get to choose where I want to go eat for the whole week if we go out and eat. And most of the time, most of the time, we'll go to like Longhorn or something like that, because we don't go to Longhorn very often. So, everything is so expensive nowadays. I do a lot of cooking here at the house, or we'll just go eat like a Mexican restaurant or something, Johnny's Pizza, or just a drop in, something quick. We don't do a whole lot of sit down meals like that. And oh, you want the Brahma chickens? Well, you know what? I'm supposed to have Jersey Giants, but I think they must have got them mixed up with those plain old white chickens, whatever they are, that they take to the chicken plants, because I have a whole ton of them. Let's see. I just got a text from somebody. Lit up. But John in Alaska. I don't know if you guys know him. It's a little old guy that lives up there, and he's so entertaining. He has a little dog, and he's got a nice little home that he's built, a little cabin that he's built, and he's fixing it up. And so it's an interesting thing. My leg is starting to kill me, guys. Let's see. She's keeping him leashed, not the way we do life. Hmm. Nope, we don't have any Sasquatches around here that I know of. Now, I will tell y'all a story, and you can laugh if you want to. When I was about 15, I was here at this house, and this was my grandmother's house then. And at that time. And I was hanging out clothes because she didn't have a clothes dryer, and she had a clothesline up on the terrace up here on the hill. And so I was out there hanging up clothes. And you know, when you get this feeling that somebody's watching you, well, I stopped and looked all around. And back then, there were only like 3 families that lived on this dead end road. You know, it's a super highway now compared to what it was back then. But yeah, it was the two little old black ladies that lived at the very tail end of the road, not the very end, but up on a hill, but right before you get to the tail end of the road. And then the people beside me here and us, and that was it. And so I looking around, and I didn't see anything, and I didn't hear anything. So I went back to hanging up clothes, and then I heard this clunk, clunk, you know, like something in the trees up there. And I looked and looked and looked, and I could never, ever see it, anyone. But there was something out there that was watching me, because even the old dogs that she had this old dog named Tip. And Tip started growling, and he got right up next to me, like, you know, I don't know if he was scared or he was trying to protect me. Anyway, oh, uh, mm. Does anybody have an indoor winter gardening? Um, I have my greenhouse that I've been working on, and so I'm going to have some pots with some stuff in it. I don't have any beds inside the garden as of yet. I've just put my lemon trees that I have in pots in, and my banana trees and stuff like that. Now, next year I will try to uh, I will try to get my banana, or most of my banana trees anyway, planted in the ground, and then I can just chop them down and cover them over with straw for the next year. But we've grown bananas here, many bunches of bananas right here. But like I say, you can't leave them for the winter time here, because if you do, you have to build cages all around them and stuff them with pine straw or some kind of straw to keep the um, to keep the critters, the cold weather from killing them. And I just cut all the limbs, the leaves off, and wrap them up all the way to the top when I want to keep bunches, when I want to actually grow some bunches of bananas. Hmm. I think these people are teasing Jovita about Jared. You go, girl. Oh, Jared's a sweetheart. And no, I don't see him as a party type. I see him sitting around the house, having a few beers and something on the grill, and that's his idea of a party. Oh, let's see. Going on 38. Let's see. So Melody says, yep. Oh, girl, I don't blame you one bit. I don't blame you one bit. He's a cutie. Um, so let's see what else is going on around here. Dang, guys, 35 minutes and I'm not doing much, am I? That's about all I can think of for tonight. Just like I say, we have not done a whole lot. Now I've got that video. I've got another card that I have not posted a short on or some kind of a video on. Let's see. I've got I'm looking for me a small camper. My husband wants it to have 2 axles because he says I don't pay enough attention back there to have a single axle, because if it starts going flat, I'm going to tear stuff up before I realize it's flat. When it starts blowing up the side of the camper going down the road, I'll know it's flat. So I guess he's probably right. Yes, he sure is a cutie pie. I fully agree. Yeah, I'll give poor old Jared time a break. And yes, he is a sweetheart. I think Jared would be a super nice guy to have as a friend. And I think when he is a friend, he would be a true friend. You know, we all have tempers and we all have things that other people don't may or may not like about us. But I think that Jared is one that would be a very um, good guy to have around. So that's just my take on that. And I'm not going to say anything else. Oh, let's see what else is going on. Oh, the deer scrapes. Well, girl. Um, did I tell y'all that one of my best friends, her husband, I let him hunt back here. And he and his son. Now, his son has not hunted at all, but his son has permission to hunt back here. He went back on opening day and killed an 11-point buck. And for some reason, I have not figured out as of yet how to get pictures to go on to YouTube, or I would have posted a short with a picture of it because he was a big old sucker. And I don't know if maybe when he was younger, the other one got knocked off and it would have been a 12-pointer. I don't know. But he says that he's not the biggest one back there, and he's got the game cameras up that notify him on his phone, and he says those suckers are going off all hours of the night. So he's probably the one that did the last scrape that I was showing y'all, because that was in that video that was on the bigger tree, because not too far from there, back around the corner there where I said that Rosie had found some corn, she she I think right in there somewhere is where he has been putting thank you, Bill. Bless your heart. I figured you was probably gone and bored stiff here. Yeah, he got that one, and he says there are 2 more that are bigger than him out there. And I mean, he had a heck of a body on him. So he brought me about 30 pounds of meat, and he said that wasn't even half of it, that he had ground and cubed. And he had some made into summer sausage. And I don't know, but I told him, y'all, I got to change positions. I'm sorry. I done wallered around in this chair as long as I can. Um, he he told me that he's going to try to get back here and put up a stand right here in this lower pasture, lower paddock that's kind of behind my daughter's double wide that's down there that nobody lives in. Well, I mean, they live in it, but they just there on the weekends or something now, you know, because she's got a boyfriend and lives in another county and all that stuff full time. And then the kids come and go from there, you know, like Madison's in North Carolina now, but when she's home on vacation or breaks or whatever, then she's here and stuff like that. You know how it is. So, uh, Bill, you've been hiding in the background listening to all us girls tease her about the Jared. Poor Jared. He would probably be dying if he knew we were on here teasing him about her. But yeah, so we have so he's going to come out, and I've got a stand here that I just hadn't put up, and he's going to put it up so that my grandson that lives in Florida now wants to come up and hunt, and he's never hunted before, but he wants to hunt with his bow, and he's a very good shot with his bow. And so he's going to he wants to come up, and I told him that I would get the stand, that stand put up for him in a good spot. So Tim told me he and his son would come over and help me or they would put the stand up for me, because Joey and I just aren't very good. You know, we have a hard time. I'm one of those hurry up, let's get it done. And Joey's like, he looks, everything he does is in slow motion compared to me. So we have a hard time working on something like that. So, you know, what we would probably do is go and cut all those limbs down, where Tim says, oh, no, you don't want to cut the limbs out. Just leave those limbs up there. We'll just have to cut one. And that way the stand will be covered more, because I know there's like 6 or 8 that come into that little bottom paddock and eat. It's got really good grass in it. And so we don't have any animals down there either now. So, so he will be able to come down there and hunt, and he's 15 now. So he's very responsible. So I'm not worried. I just don't want him back in the back part of the, you know, I mean, just kids nowadays. And that way I'll know which way he's shooting. Even if it is with a bow and arrow, you know, there's still a lot of folks walking around and critters walking around. And yeah, so they did summer sausage last year with the deer that he got over here. Most of it in summer sausage and ground, and it was really good. He brought some of it for us to try, and it was real good. So yeah, and so far we don't have that wasting disease or whatever it is that everybody has to test for now. You know, I'm assuming that you guys have it out there, because Tim at Ridge Life was saying that one of the deer that he got last year, you know, he sends the head off and gets it tested, and one of those had the thing on there, had that disease, so he couldn't. It was a waste, had to destroy that meat. But at least he got it tested. But we don't have that here so far, so I've not had any animals tested here. But now the okay. I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway, we have not had that. And if it does start showing up anywhere in Georgia, I guess we'll start having to get all our animals tested too if we take them wild like this. But so far, that's not been a problem. Yes, I did. I just watched their live that they put out just a little while ago. In fact, where he was out on his crutches showing us where the tree and all, bless his heart. That poor guy, he gets hurt every time he turns around. He is definitely accident prone. His wife should get some good accident insurance on him. It's super cheap, bless her heart. But they seem to take it in stride. And the kids all drag the Jack over there and jacked that tree up and drug him out from under there and drug him over to the truck. They managed to get him up in the vehicle, up in the car, and got him to the hospital. So that kid, I swear. So, and you know, he's always walking around on tops of roofs and stuff, and seems to be sure-footed up there, but poor kid can't walk across the ground without getting hurt. I mean, he can stumble across his own feet, I think. So they said that he didn't have any breaks, and I'm hoping that is true. You know, I've had a broken wrist, and they told me at the hospital it wasn't broken, but later on, after the swelling and all went down, found out it was broken. So then they have to do something with it. Um, uh, yes, poor Alyssa. She's had a rough time with being sick, and then with all the kids being sick, and with all the crap with him getting hurt. I'm sure she is stretched tight. She probably needs to do a lot of her meditation. Or somebody needs to give her one of those moonshine in the jug. What is it that David's always got in the background? We've got a moth or something here on the wall. Um, anyway, let's see. Yeah, you know that they're so used to him getting hurt that they said nobody even got out there and did any. I mean, nobody freaked out. I mean, that makes you wonder. And I don't know the one person who was it that was asking, was I blind? Was this person? What was their name? Huji? What was it? I can't remember the name. I guess it doesn't matter now. But do I look blind, guys? I know I'm bad about squinting, especially when the light's shining like this right in my face. Um, Sipping cream, yeah, sipping cream. I knew that. I know they had that. What is it? Mama V had some at the last meetup. It was the butter pecan, and boy, I tasted that stuff. It was good. So I might could become an alcoholic on that stuff. I bet you it's fattening though. Whew. I don't know if it's got very much alcohol in it though. I don't really know. Maybe it does. You know, I don't know enough about it to know. I think probably a cup of it probably has got no more in it than a glass of beer or bottle of beer. I don't know. Um, it wouldn't be like drinking 100 proof liquor or moonshine or 200 proof or whatever it is, you know, that regular moonshine is, I'm sure. Because that stuff is like turpentine most of the time. I've drank some, sipped on some up there in Tennessee when we used to go riding. Now, that's another story I could probably tell you guys about. I went to a place called East Fork in Tennessee, and it's a riding place. And knew a bunch of people there. So they had a dance on Friday and Saturday night. So that Friday night, we were all went in and got through, got our showers and got cleaned up, you know, and we'd done ate dinner. And so we go over there to the dance, right? All over that place were quart bottles, quart jars of moonshine or homemade liquor or whatever. I don't know. But oh, that was a troll. Well, okay. I didn't know what was going on with it, but so what? I don't care. They're not gonna bother me. You know, I'm one of those people that it's hard to piss me off, but if I ever do get it, it's a rough day for you when it happens. Uh, yeah, they so stay away from it, especially my liver and kidneys. Yep, yeah, they're already poopy enough on. Yep, I understand that. Mine definitely are messed up. So yeah, I don't do a whole lot. It's a rare occasion when I do any drinking, and when I do, it's just a little bit. Now, I will sip on, you know, like every once in a while, I'll sit here and I'll sip. What is it? Fireball. I have a weakness for Fireball, and I might keep a bottle of Fireball around for 6 months, but then I'll drink it, you know, just a little shot glass of it or a little small glass. I got some little cups here that we got at the pizza place for my grandkids that had when they were little. They had the straw and all. Well, I saved the cups, and so I'll put it in that because it's just easy to drink it out of it. Let's see. And I'm trying to read the comments and talk at the same time. And, if you're not very smart to start with, and then you're kind of bloopy to uh, trying to do two things at one time, my mind just ain't strong enough for it. Yeah. But yeah, poor girl. I do feel for Melissa because I know she's got to have a lot on her plate between all the stuff that happens with Mike, and there they are with those kids living in a camper, uh, in a new place with trying to make it. And bless their heart, they're doing good. I'm real proud for them. I hope they get everything that they're hoping for. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jovita. I'm trusting you with that. So thank you. Yeah, I had the feeling that might be who those people were. And yeah, yeah. Let's see. The only liquor they have is the vodka. Well, you know what? I got a bottle of 100 proof vodka over here for my vanilla. I make that vanilla too, but I've never made it with the because I was under the impression that you really needed it to be 100 proof vodka. And then somebody was saying they use the spiced rum. So I'm wondering if you can just use regular spiced rum, like I don't even know brands. I can't think of even a brand, but I've seen them, that say like people put them in mixed drinks, but they put pineapple and all that stuff. I guess spiced rum. That's what they're talking about. But I've never made any with that. But it does sound like it would be good. So let's see. Can't stand the taste of any liquor or liqueur or alcohol or beer. Well, you know what? I think it is an acquired taste that people get just along and along. And I have found when I have drank beer a few times that it's better if you're hot and it's real cold. And I guess that would be anything that goes down when it's real hot and that drink is real cold. So they said use spiced rum. Okay, I'm going to have to look at the spiced rum. Okay. Like I say, I haven't done that, and I'm not sure that I have any. I ordered the Madagascar vanilla beans from Amazon on Amazon, and I'll order a big bag of them at one time and then make mine. So it does not have to be 100 proof. Well, that's good because I didn't know. And somebody said, well, this, it's got all this alcohol in it. Is it going to taste like alcohol? Well, I guess it burns the alcohol off because when you make the rum, and I save my vanilla for a year before I use it. So I put it out, I have it on the counter here, and I've always got junk piled up on my counters, but that way I can walk by and shake it every so often. Then after I do, then I'll cover it up with something and let it sit there so that every time I walk by and keep it cut, after the first week or two, I'll put it away. But then I want it to where it's close enough to where I can still go by and shake it once a week or every couple of weeks for at least for the first couple of months, and then put it out or put it up. I've got mine, got it labeled and all. So that may be some of the stuff that I give away with my giveaway. I'm still at 428 subscribers, guys. So it has really slacked down. So I'm hoping that I can get out some more videos that will be of interest to people and get more in there. Now, no, I have not tried cranberry vodka cranberry. Is that just vodka with cranberry juice, Jovita, or is that an actual vodka that you can purchase that has the cranberry flavoring? Please. At 25, I learned I could order virgin drinks, virgin strawberry daiquiris. Yep, when I went on a cruise back years and years ago, when my oldest daughter she's 44 now. And when she was 9, we went on a cruise, and I took her, and she had so much fun. And we were out there, and oh gosh, time has flown, guys. It is. Thank you for telling me, because if you hadn't, I would have never thought about the time. Yeah, so I bought her the virgin strawberry daiquiris, and she just thought she was the hot stuff out there. She just danced all over that dance floor. Those grown-ups, you would have thought, and they just loved it. It was so funny. She was having her a blast, and she thought she was hot stuff because she had those drinks. She sat up there at that table just like she was a grown-up. Not all vanilla extract has alcohol in it. Now, Melody, there is some that can be made without it, and I've never made any. All the vanilla extract I have does have alcohol in it. It's 100 proof vodka that's in mine, and like I say, some people, there is another way, and there's something that you can get. I know you can get it from. I'm thinking you can get it. You can order the stuff, and my mind is going blank. I cannot remember what it is that you can also do put the vanilla beans in to use it. But oh, okay. Okay, that sounds good. Okay, yes. Vodka cranberry. I'll have to remember that one. Just never know. I may try to have a drink on this cruise with my granddaughter if that's what she wants to do for her birthday. I don't have a clue. Just, I want her to have a good time. I took all of my kids on a cruise when they were little, and I wanted to take all my grandkids on one a little along, and just now got to where I can afford to do that. Got everything, taken care of. But you guys, I am so glad that you guys came, and we love y'all so much. And it is fun to come on here and just jabber and talk to y'all. And I'm hoping that I can say something or do something that makes somebody's day, even if it's just me being goofy. And so, maybe things will get better. If they don't, I hate it. Oh, let's see. Thank you, Javita. She's so sweet, y'all. I don't know what we're gonna do with her. Oh, lordy. Well, do you have an address, Javita? Are you listed on on YouTube, or is it listed to where I can get a message to you, other than here like this? I can't remember if I looked you up and sent you a text or not, but anyway, I would appreciate it if you'd let me know. And but you guys, that is about all that's going on here tonight, and I am going to let y'all all go. And I hope y'all have a good night, and I hope you have a good the rest of this week starting out. And y'all take it easy and be nice to people, because you don't know what they're going through. It's a rough world out here nowadays. Bye-bye. And you have a good birthday, Javita.